Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Merry Christmas, belated Merry Christmas. I'm gonna do a Libra reading, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and 7th house placements for January. I'm gonna do my format a little bit differently with the upcoming readings. So first I'm gonna pull a couple of tarot and see what are the main themes for Libra in January, okay? So I'm just going to pull 2 cards for this. Just some of the main energy focus for you guys in the month of January, okay? So Libras, what's some energies we're looking at for January? Not going to do reversals with this, okay? Got 3 of Wands and 2 of Wands. Wow, okay. So I feel like the energy you guys have for January makes sense, okay? It's a lot about planning and preparing for the future, kind of standing at the brink of your destiny in a way, okay? So you're looking out into over the horizon or through a window or just at the possibilities here, okay? You're thinking about what actions you want to take, what actions you could do now to prepare you maybe for your upcoming year, okay? I feel like there's a lot of self-focus. It's not so much on, like, I mean, obviously it involves relationships and stuff, but I feel like it's a lot about, like, what you personally want for your life, okay? I'm going to pull also regarding January, what are the things that Libras are working on grieving or letting go of for this upcoming year, okay? What things do they want to let fall to the wayside in this upcoming year or let go of as they transition into the new year? I've got wake-up call and enchanted. Interesting. This is wisdom, wake-up call, time to move in a new direction, 555, and enchanted. I kind of get this feeling that you guys really want to get out of this, like, dreamy kind of like waiting period for love. You're kind of like, you want to just kind of take hold of your own life and stop waiting for this like person to come in or something to come in. I feel like you guys want to seize the bull by its horns right now. And yes, you'd love to be enchanted. You're Libra, you're ruled by Venus. You'd love that red rose, like in The Bachelor, you'd love to be chosen for the red rose, but you also want to, which is not very Libra, it's more like your opposite Aries, but I feel like you guys want to take more action and stop waiting for things to come to you. Like I said, you really want to take the bull by its horns. So that's really cool, okay? All right, so if you are dealing with the counterpart situation, I'm going to pull a few cards for your energy and then for your counterpart's energy, okay? And I'm going to use the Mystic Moon Oracle, clarified by the house wisdom of the house of the night, okay? So this is for the feminine, okay? The space that she's in. I'm going to do mental, emotional, and physical here, okay? And then the masculine, mental, emotional, and physical, okay? And then I'm gonna clarify by these. The feminine, what space is she in? Mental, emotional, physical, okay, and the masculine. All right, so the mental space for the feminine here, I've got fear and complicated, okay? So I feel like mentally you're kind of in some anxiety. You feel like, you know, if you're in a situation or dynamic, or it could just be in general, you just kind of feel mentally overwhelmed. You have a lot of thoughts of anxiety. You feel like this is a hard thing to tackle, okay? You feel like you might not be able to figure this out. It just feels like a lot of different things that you have to figure out, and I feel like it's making you not want to deal with it, okay? There may be like some sort of blockage to communication for you, or you just might be avoiding it, okay? Emotionally, we've got visions and pride and ego. So I feel like your pride and ego is like at the heart of like maybe holding you back here emotionally, okay? I also feel like you are having like maybe a lot of like premonitions or dreams or something that are really emotionally affecting you. Like, you know, you're having dreams or nightmares or just premonitions about things. But there's something like emotionally you're holding on to your pride and ego, okay? You feel like you have to defend yourself, or you feel like your ego is going to be stepped on if you let yourself get too like involved in this or something. So I feel like emotionally you're holding back with that pride and ego. Physically, cycles and communication. I feel like physically you just don't want to engage in communication right now, okay? You've gone through cycles here. Well, you may want to communicate or you may not want to communicate, but I feel like there's been cycles where you guys communicate and you don't communicate, and you just feel like physically there's just this complicated energy here that is hindering your communication, okay? So you want to communicate, but you feel like your whatever you would want to say or whatever, however you'd want it to go, isn't going how you'd want it to be going, okay? But there's a lot with moons here, so I feel like you're being very affected by the moon cycles, and that last full moon of the year could have really impacted you with the Gemini full moon, because you got communication, which is all about Mercury and Gemini. So let's see where the masculine's at. Denial and divine timing. Interesting. So the masculine is not very in touch right now. I feel like time is like a huge thing. Either over time he will get out of this phase of denial, he or she, it could be a she, or it's just been a long time where they're in denial, okay? But eventually it's denial is like the river in Egypt. It ain't just a river in Egypt. I was trying to remember what the saying was, but I feel like denial always will end up hitting someone in the ass at some point. So I feel like it's only a matter of time mentally before he wakes up. And you guys did get the wake up call. So I feel like you're kind of waiting for his wake up call, and when you get your wake up call might be when he gets his wake up call, okay? Conclusion and recognition emotionally. Wow. Okay, so I feel like this is your ultimate like desired conclusion for this, and I feel like this is where his heart space is. So this is kind of interesting because this is also like a moon, and I feel like there may be some sort of, the final conclusion of this will be the masculine recognizing this soulmate connection. It could be during one of the moon cycles coming up. We've got the number 12 here, so what's interesting about that is we're in the 12th month, so maybe it will be towards the end of this month. We only have like 6 more days, but maybe come January there will be more of a recognition here, okay? And in his physical space we've got loyalty and grief, okay? So what he's experiencing right now could be grieving the feminine in some way. He could have betrayed her loyalty and he could be grieving that, because even if it was her that got hurt, in a way, these are always mirroring effects in these counterpart situations. So he could feel like a lot of grief for betrayal he did, or he could have been betrayed by the feminine here as well. So there's definitely grieving, and I feel like it's a mirroring thing for both of you. So that's very interesting. Okay, Libras. So let's get a few more tarot messages for January here, okay? What else is going on with Libras for January? Two of Swords. This is like another Two of Wands, Two of Swords. A lot of like standing at a fork in the road decisions that have to be made. Some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. Page of Wands, Page of Swords, and 10 of Swords, which was like that loyalty and grief. So some of you really could be, you know, going through that grief as well as your masculine with this stab in the back, okay? It was like a really bad ending that was very unexpected maybe for you guys. And this could also be just wrapping up this decade, wrapping up this year, like realizing, you know, like as you look back, like you thought someone was really on your side and they weren't, and you thought that something had the potential to keep going and sustain itself, this relationship or this dynamic or maybe even friendships, and you guys are feeling very betrayed right now, okay? I do feel like there is a masculine either in your life or that's going to come in your life in January that's very emotionally in tune. He's very in control of his emotions. It could be a water sign, but it doesn't have to be. And I feel like he is, you know, maybe very spiritual. This could also be energy that you're looking for, you know, this person that is very in tune, very calm, very soothing. But I feel like this is someone that you are going to maybe meet, and you're going to maybe meet them amidst travels here. Okay, we've got 2 pages. Although the Page of Swords is historically all about, you know, someone that's trying to get information, maybe even gossip or slander, and that could be what that 10 of Swords is about. This card is a very positive Page of Swords. I feel like it's like a novice and someone that's just trying to learn. So it could be that Scorpio, that King of Cups that's just trying to learn more information about you, or you're trying to learn more. But it's like a brand new beginning, like a baby type energy of someone that's trying to absorb enough as much information as possible, and that information is like a light bulb that's going to like light up their brain, okay? And then, like, as you see, we have the Page of Wands too, where they just want to experience life and dance and be in the sun. So that was kind of the initial 2 energies I got for you guys with the 2 of Wands and the 3 of Wands. Is like you guys are at the beginning of really just wanting to start this new chapter, okay? I feel like with this 2 of Swords, it's saying like you haven't quite made that decision yet of what you're going to do or how this is going to play out, but you just are trying to follow your intuition. And I feel like eventually you're going to make that decision, okay? You have a lot of different ideas of how you want this to go, but I feel like eventually some decision is going to be made and you're going to let go of that 10 of Swords energy, okay? Pull a few from this Oracle of Dragon Fae and see what other messages I got. What other things are Libras going through? Nothing is impossible. Yeah, I feel like you guys are at the brink of your gentle power, all right? So that's kind of like you guys, because that's what I was saying. Like Libras are usually a little more passive, and Aries is like your opposite and they're more aggressive. But I feel like you guys are going to find, even with your like gentle Libra nature, this power and this assertiveness. It's like a quiet, gentle assertiveness, okay? And you guys are going to pave your own way and realize it doesn't matter, you know, what your makeup is or your personality is. Nothing is impossible, and whatever your dreams are, you're going to make those happen, and those are going to start in January, and I feel like they're going to really go throughout the year. Like I said, I noticed that number 12 before, so it could be like the whole year of, you know, creating the things that you really want for yourself, okay? So I'm going to pull from this Twin Flame Messages, Volume 2, and see what the person you're dealing with wants to communicate to you from their higher self, okay? What do they want to say to Libra? It seems like there was a lot of betrayal and, you know, backstabbing that went on. And it could have been with that Page of Swords, someone went behind your back and betrayed you. But I feel like they feel just as bad as you do, and they're grieving as well. So let's see. I care too much what others think right now. That's a little bit of the Page of Swords energy. It was really me, not you. And I'm trying to think of what I want to say to you. So I feel like they've been thinking a lot about this betrayal that they did. I really think that's what happened. And I think that they kind of spun it so badly to make you look bad or whatever they said. Now they dug their hole so deep that they've shown others that you guys aren't, you know, as thick as thieves as you thought you were, and it's like hard for them to rebuild that loyalty because now they've created, like, they've brought other people into the situation. But I think deep down they know it's their fault and they don't know how to undo this hole that they dug, all right? So Libras, that's the message I have for you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.